Hey there guys, it's Delta49er here with a first look and review of Plantera. The developers were nice enough to send me a key for the game, and I actually had never heard of this game before, but it actually looked pretty interesting, so I tried it out, and it's actually very addicting. And the basic idea is that you have to plant crops, there's bushes, trees, and then there's animals that you can own. And there's these blue people, I'm going to call them, I don't know what they are. They just are like blue blobs with backpacks. But they take care of everything for you, and they harvest the plants and everything for you. Now you can harvest, and this is basically how you make money in the beginning. You harvest the fruits by clicking on them once they're done. So it's a very like click spammy game, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine. They will just fall off when they're eventually, like they'll fall off the tree or the plant or whatever. But you can harvest it that way, so you harvest faster. Now there's also butterflies, which give you XP. They're not too much XP, but it's like the starting, I guess, creature. We'll call it. They are a friendly creature, but there's also enemies. These are moles, birds, and a pink thing that looks like a rabbit, sort of. There's foxes, and there's also large foxes. And the moles are the only ones that actually give you XP when you click them, but what you have to do is just click them. Depending on what they are, you have to click them possibly multiple times to get them to go away and don't stop touching your plants. And you have to like defend your crops from these enemies, and there's a bunch of different things that could happen. Mostly they just eat your plants and animals and stuff, but there is a way you can stop this without having to always be looking around trying to stop these enemies. There's scarecrows, which can scare away the birds, and there's also dogs, which can pretty much scare away anything. And these are really helpful. I would describe this game as a relaxed sort of playstyle, very like, very possibly hands-off game if you'd like it to be that way. There's actually a lot to do when you're playing it, but I really feel that it would be good as a mobile game because one of the aspects of it is that you can make money while you're not actually playing the game. So there's also upgrades. That brings me into the upgrades. So there's an upgrade for the amount of time after you stop playing the game that you'll make money. So it starts at 1 hour, and you can bring it up. I don't know if there's a limit actually, but I've gotten mine up to like 8 hours after I stop. There's also a multiplier, so you get coins from all of these animals, which also gives you XP, and with a multiplier, it would just be like the amount of coins that you get times that multiplier for everything. And for things that give you a lot of coins, that actually is a lot of money. So it's one of those very like rewarding feeling games because there's a lot of coins involved. There's like a lot of achievements and stuff like that. So very interesting and addicting, but very simple. And it's like one of those games I'm really actually surprised that I'm playing this for as long as I am, and it's actually good. It's interesting. As you level up, you will unlock new plants and new trees and everything. When I say plants in this, it means like all of the things. New animals, and they can make you more money, but they're also more expensive. And as you plant the different plants, they actually cost more. So I think it's really based on everything in the game is based, as far as the price goes, on like an exponential scale. So it just keeps getting more and more expensive, so that it's harder and harder to upgrade. But of course you're making more and more money as you go on, so it in a way gets easier. Also, you can buy more land to expand the farms. You can plant more things and make more money, but if you do that, of course you have more area to defend from those enemies that I was talking about earlier. And you also, from that, would gain a farmer, and you also gain a farmer every time you level up. So the levels, I feel like they should actually be a bit more difficult to level up, because it actually only took me like an hour to get from like level 1 to 20, which that is all of the, that's pretty much all the upgrades, I believe, but they are adding more in the future, I assume, because they've added some recently. So yeah, you can play it fairly fast, which is why I think you should they should make it a mobile game, because it's a very it's a game that you can play over time. You could put a little bit, like a few minutes into it, and then just close it, and then you'll be making money while it's closed, and you can go back in and do some stuff and expand your farm and everything like that. There's also this thing that runs by. I don't know, it's like a guy with a drill. I don't know if it's like a rodent or something. There's already a mole, but it kind of looks like a mole. But anyway, he runs by, and if you spam click him, you will gain lots of coins from him, and he gives a lot of coins. I think he gives the same amount as the moles, who give like your level times 2 times your multiplier. I think that's what I figured it out to be. But yes, they give a lot of coins, and that can be really helpful for getting upgrades and planting more trees and everything. So that is kind of one of the interesting things that I didn't discover in the first few levels that I was playing, and then I was like, what is this? What is this thing that's running by? But yeah, if you click it, you can gain a lot of money. And other than that, it's just an easy game to play. Like, if you just want to play a game for a few minutes, it's kind of relaxing, just interesting, you know. There's surprisingly, because I'm able to basically name all of the features that I know of in the game in this one video, it's surprisingly entertaining when you're playing, and you can keep playing it for a very long time if you want. And it reminds me a lot of Bitcoin Billionaire, not because of what it's the topic, because it's absolutely nothing to do with Bitcoin Billionaire, but just because it's very reward based, and it makes you want to keep playing it even though it's very simple. So it's interesting. Would recommend. $3 on Steam if you want to check it out, or hopefully they'll make a mobile game, and then you should definitely check it out, because I think it'll be a really cool mobile game. That's about it. The link to the Steam store page is down in the description if you want to check it out. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so for more gaming tutorials and reviews. A like and a share would be greatly appreciated. Shares do really help me out, gets the word out about my channel. And if you're not following me on Twitter, that link is down in the description below as well. You can follow me for updates and interesting tidbits from the internet. That is all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.